I gave you my heart.
Look, don't talk to me if you ain't talking about what I wanna hear. It's hard to stay close to home when love don't live that close to here. See where I'm from, it ain't about who you know it all. If I don't come home, just know I do live close enough. I love my city, I hate my city, I love my city, I swear I do. I love my mama, I love my brothers, I love my father, I love grandma too. But I have to fly away, I have to escape the complacent space of my room.
Yo, what's up, Pride Nation? There's a lot of things to be said about the Detroit Lions trying to turn this thing around, and can they really win? Matt Patricia, 9-22-1 in the first two seasons, and there's a lot of speculation about how good this team could be or how bad this team can be. Will the players buy in? We've heard the comments from Darius Slade, former Lion, and also Quandre Diggs about the coaching of Matt Patricia. But the ultimate thing is, can this team really win? You know, you go out into the draft and you hope that you can make an impact and a splash with some of these players, especially the new players. And the Lions did pretty decent. My official grade for the Lions in the draft, I give them a B. I definitely think if these draft picks pan out, then that grade can go up. But as of now, I give the Lions a B for the draft. I thought it was a very solid draft for what they needed. But can Matt Patricia turn this thing around? We know what he did when he was with the Patriots. We know the championships he won with Coach Belichick. But the biggest thing is, no coach that has come to the Lions has really been able to solidify themselves and stand out above the rest. And Matt Patricia has yet to do that. Now, the record is currently 9-22-1 with Patricia. And you got some new talent that's coming in, guys like DeAndre Swift, Jeff Okudah. But the biggest thing is guys buying in from day one. Will these guys buy in from day one? What type of team will Detroit be this season? Can they really win? You know, a lot of us fans, we get hyped, we get emotional, we get sad, we get happy, and rightfully so, because every team comes into the season at 0-0. But the main part of this, guys, is can the Detroit Lions turn this thing around? We know that if Matt Patricia doesn't turn the team around, this team is not going to be his anymore. It's like a make or break season for Matt Patricia to be able to turn this ball club around. And we as fans, we just want a winner. I think every Detroit Lion fan feel the same, and I think that's like the common denominator in the room. Being able to win and being able to take this franchise to places that it's never been. Having a quarterback like Matthew Stafford, who Stafford will be going into his 12th season. Finally getting Stafford some help on the offensive line. Finally deciding to grab a running back that's going to be try to be consistent. Now, we know that the Detroit Lions use the run by committee, so it's going to be 3 running backs probably that's going to get an opportunity to be in that carousel. Guys like Bo Scarborough, Kerryon Johnson, and DeAndre Swift. And these guys are going to split carries. But at the same time, what will prevent Matt Patricia from getting this ball club to the next level? From righting the wrongs that happened last season, because a lot of us had to eat crow last season, and I'm one of those people that had to eat crow. I thought that the Lions would go at least 10-6, 11-5, somewhere in there, but I was wrong. The defense was horrible, and the team just did not look good. They played in a lot of games that were close, but they couldn't close them out. So what would they do for an encore this season? Will the record be worse than what it was last season? Or would the Lions propel themselves to getting into the postseason? Because now the NFL has added where 2 more teams can get in. And I think that that's a good thing. Some people don't agree with that, and they say that pretty much they wish it wasn't that way, that it could have just stayed the way it is. But I like it that way. I think it's fresh and it's innovative. But at the same time, can this ball club really win in 2020? Do the Detroit Lions have the heart to be able to get to the postseason? Do they have the players? Do you think that the Lions have enough? Are you satisfied with the roster? There's questions that we all are asking ourselves. And everybody coming into the season pretty much thinks that this team could be solid, probably. I'm going to take the wait and see approach. I'm not going to give a prediction record because every time I've given one of those, I've failed. And this year, I'm going to use that wait and see approach with the Detroit Lions. I'm going to wait to see what this team can actually do. Those first 4 games are going to be vital for the Detroit Lions. You're talking about the Chicago Bears. You're talking about the Green Bay Packers. You're talking about 2 rival games, 2 divisional games starting off. And then you go to Arizona, and then you have to play the Saints as well. This team does have talent, but can they really win? Can they put it together? Can they turn this thing around from 3-12-1 to a playoff contender? That's the only thing that we want to know as fans. Patricia has to be a man on a mission. He has to be able to turn this thing around. And we want him to turn it around. But at the same time, you have to get players to buy in from day one. Players need to know what their job is entitled out on the field. What are they supposed to be doing? Players need to be put in the best positions to be able to give the best results. Will Matt Patricia turn this ball club around? That's what we want to know. That is the diehard question right now. Can Matt Patricia turn the Detroit Lions around in 2020? Because if he cannot do that, I think we're seeing the end of Matt Patricia and his regime. And it's a crying shame that this thing will have to end really, really fast and we'll have to bring another coach in. But that's where we at right now, Lions fans. He has to turn this thing around. And if he doesn't turn it around, he will no longer be a part of the Detroit Lions. And that's facts. He will eventually be fired. He's already in the hot seat before the season even starts. Patricia is in the hot seat. So we just need to take this thing one thing at a time, one day at a time. He has all of his guys, so there's no more excuses. There's no more excuses. He has a lot of the players that he wanted, and he brought a lot of the guys that was on the Patriots over here. And now it's time to put up and shut up. I want to see Patricia do well, but at the same time, can he really turn this thing around? Can the Lions turn everything around from 3-12 to being bottom feeders in the NFL to being one of the top teams in 2020? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to know. You want to know. And hopefully the Lions will be able to do that. I'm rooting for these guys to be able to win. But the main focus and the main thing is to be able to get guys to buy in, to get approaching this season with a vengeance, approaching this season with revenge on your mind, wanting to right the wrongs and make them right. Can Matt Patricia turn the Detroit Lions around in 2020? Can he be effective in his coaching? Is Matt Patricia the right coach for the Detroit Lions, or do we got to find another? We'll find out soon. But the common denominator is to be able to turn this thing around and win some football games in 2020. That's what Patricia's going to have to do. That's what Bob Quinn is going to have to do. That's what this coaching staff and organization is going to have to do. So you let me know in the comment section, can the Detroit Lions right their wrongs and make them right in 2020? All right, guys, until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.
I gave you my heart.